Purdue, who is the director of the Scovill Zoo, is joining us today on ciLiving, and I see that at my request, she has brought a very specific animal friend. What is it, a Russian rat snake?
A Russian rat snake,
okay.
Yes. You told me how much you like snakes.
I love snakes.
So I brought Dimitri. He is
Dimitri.
a Russian rat snake, about 7 to 8 years old.
Okay.
And they can live up to 15 to 20, and you would normally find them in the northeastern Asian, so Russia, China, and they are more temperate weathered snake, and we do have rat snakes around here as well. We have black rat snakes, yellow rat snakes, and this guy, obviously, he's very similar to them, and they do hunt a lot of mice and rats, which is great, you know, for the environment. It helps with, you know, the mice and rats will destroy a lot of crops, and they can spread disease, so these guys are very crucial to our ecosystems and having them. And I know there's a lot of fear with snakes, but they, like I said, they're so crucial and an important part. And so, but he is a very inquisitive guy, and they're semi-arboreal, so he will be found on the ground and he could climb trees. And so they will eat some birds, eggs, but also, you know, the rodents and stuff that are on the ground.
Right, and I think that that's really important, like you mentioned about the fear around snakes, but the thing is that he's non-venomous, which means can't hurt you, and will do good things if found around your home or garden in helping get rid of vermin that are potentially unwanted.
Exactly.
Now, do these snakes lay eggs, or how do they reproduce? Yeah,
they do lay eggs, and usually it takes about, I think, 40 days for them to hatch. And like I said, he's about mid-8, you know, midlife right now, so you know, about 8 years old, 7 to 8 years old, and you can see he's flicking out his tongue, which again, that's just the way they sense their environment. Okay. And so he's smelling the environment, making sure you're not a tasty morsel to eat if he's hungry, and that's how they check everything out. You know, they don't always have a great sense of sight, and so that's how they will move around. And you can see he's starting to explore a little bit more. And we do have a really neat, in the summertime, we have an outdoor exhibit, and he really loves that. He can get up on the branches, and so people can see him up on the top and at the bottom. So he checks out every part of his enclosure.
So do they like to climb trees and sort of, they like to go upwards?
Yes.
Okay, so he's kind of maybe looking for some height.
Yeah, and you can see he's pretty muscular, you know, to help get up.
Sturdy,
and so he just doesn't fall over when he gets up there and climbs, and his tail sometimes can wrap around little branches and stuff to help balance as well.
I see he's trying to pretend he's a marsupial.
Yes, go in my pouch.
Pocket. I love that, and that almost looks like an enrichment activity potentially.
Yes, exactly.
For him to sort of explore and stay active. And the zoo has a lot of activities coming up, right? You have a class coming up in January, and there are also some gift options as well. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, the zoo is closed now for the season. We'll reopen in April. However, we always have our Zoo Buddies class, which is for preschool age kids from 3 to 5 years old, and those are once a month, the first Tuesday of every month. So you can go online, check out every month, and you know, if you don't want to sign up, maybe you're not able to sign up for 1 month, then maybe you can look at February or March. And they're fun classes. You know, we limit the class size to around 10 kids. They read a story, they make a craft, and depending on the theme, you know, then they will, you know, see the animal, or maybe if during the nicer months, they may be able to walk out into the exhibit and see the animals that are out on exhibit.
Nice. And then if you want to adopt an animal like this for somebody as a gift, which I'm sure helps the zoo very much, how are you able to do that?
You can call the zoo at 217-421-7435, and all of our animals are up for adoption, and it's kind of a nice symbolic gesture that you can do for somebody, maybe for someone who's hard to shop for. You're supporting the zoo, and maybe, you know, somebody like you know, adopting a snake would be great. You know, maybe you don't want to get them a snake as a pet, but you can still adopt a snake at the zoo. And maybe you could come to the zoo once we're open and then go see the snake that you adopted. So it makes a great gift for somebody.
If you want to bring me a snake as a pet, I would accept it. I don't know. My husband might
one.
Move out, but I would love a snake. Well, thank you so much for being here with us. I really appreciate it. And we appreciate the Animal Ambassador. If you want more information about the January classes, or if you would like to adopt an animal, you can visit us on the web at ciLiving.tv, and we would be happy to connect you.